Hey guys, so for today's video I have a trying new makeup products, kind of full face first impressions video. I'm going to be testing out a bunch of new goodies. Some of the stuff that I'm testing out is not only new to my collection, but also new to makeup brands. So we got new concealer, foundation, setting powder, so many goodies. I'm really excited to share them with you guys. Really excited for you guys to see my first impressions. So if you guys want to check out me trying out new makeup and showing you guys my first impressions, then keep on watching. So the first product we are trying out is a new primer. This is the Benefit, well it's not new, it's just new to me. This is the Benefit Professional Matte Rescue. Now I love the original Professional, but a lot of you guys recommended this one to me in my oily skin primers video, so I was so intrigued to try it because I'm like, all of you guys were recommending it and saying that you love it for your oily skin. So I'm just like, I need to try it. So I went ahead and purchased it on Sephora. Ooh, it's really cool. It's like this blue transparent type of liquid. Let's check this out. Oh, I hate the smell. But the Professional original is the same way. It's like super fragranced. I really hate fragranced things, like very strong, intense, fake fragranced things, because it makes me just feel gross. But I like the feeling of it. It's super, like, it glides on really nicely. So my face is pretty matte, which I like, but what's nice about it is I don't feel like the life has been sucked out of my face. It's just like a nice, good old matte finish. It's not super drying, which I really like. So we're also going to test out this foundation, this new one that Urban Decay has come out with. I get PR packages from Urban Decay, so when I seen that they sent this to me, I was like over the moon excited. And you guys too, when you saw me unbox it on Snapchat, you're like, I need to know what that foundation's all about, because this one is a waterproof longwear foundation, full coverage, matte finish, oil free, and it's called All Nighter. So this is supposed to be perfect for us oily skin girls. So let's try it out. This is in the shade 5. I'm hoping it's good. I'm just going to take one full pump. I think this shade might be a little bit light for me. I might have to get the shade 6, I think it is. The texture so far from when I pumped it out is kind of like a liquid mousse, a little bit more on the moussey side. So far this blends really nicely. This is like a similar idea to the Kat Von D Lock-It Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. You know, those super full coverage kind of moussey foundations. So here's how it looks on half side of my face. It looks pretty good. It definitely is matte and it's setting nicely on its own. I would just say it's not as full coverage as I would like. I still see a little bit of redness on my cheeks popping right through, which I hate, because I really hate like the redness on my cheeks. So I enjoy when a foundation really covers it up, especially if it's going to claim to cover it. I must have put a tad bit more foundation on this side, because this side has like no redness peeking through and this side does, so I might have just put not enough on the other side. So it doesn't feel super heavy on the skin, but it also doesn't feel lightweight. You definitely can feel that you're wearing foundation a little bit. So moving on to the next product we're going to try out. I'm really excited about this because Kat Von D actually just launched 2 new products in her kind of Lock-It whole theme. This one is the Lock-It Concealer Cream. Now I've tried the concealer in the little tube. It was okay, but I wasn't crazy over it. So this is more of like the kind of wand version, and this is a cream. I got mine in the shade Light 7 Warm. It's a really pretty like light warm yellow. When I first swatched this on my hand, I could tell right away that it was like super full coverage and intense, because it does have more of like that moussey feel and less of that liquid feel. I do prefer more of a liquidy concealer and less of a moussey concealer, but I'm down for the full coverage. So if this is gonna give it, I'll be happy. So if you can hear that noise, that's just my neighbors. They're clearly doing some construction and they chose the perfect time. Chose to do it while I'm filming. Whatever, show must go on. So fresh, clean beauty blender so we don't have any transferring. Let's see. Okay, so it's blending pretty nicely. Easier than the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, because I know that concealer has like a similar texture to this, like thick and, you know, kind of moussey. But this is blending way easier than the NARS one. I'm going to bring it up the sides of my nose. And what I like is it's going, like it's not seeping into my creases, What I love about this is the shade, especially I'm very picky with my concealer shades. Like I like a very light warm shade. So this one hits it. And they have a ton of different shades, which I really like because no matter if you are super fair or super dark, you're gonna find your shade. And they have a white shade in this, like literal white, which I think is going to be bomb for you fair skin girls who want a highlight and can pretty much only use white as to highlight underneath the eye. So that'll be perfect. I'm like really obsessing over this so far. I'm gonna go ahead and test out the new Kat Von D Lock-It setting powder in the shade Translucent. The packaging is really cool, and the sifter is a nice like star. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's really cute. So I'm gonna take some of this, a good amount, and let's set the under eye. Whew. Beautiful, like super matte finish. Just a very like smooth. I really like that a lot. So now all over the face, I'm really curious to see if it's going to leave a white cast because I'm very picky with that. Like I never want my setting powder to leave that awful white cast or lighten my foundation because I self-tan, so why would I want a powder that just lightens the foundation, you know? But this one is not doing that so far. Blends really nicely, and you know what I really like about this? This is probably the first powder, loose powder that I've ever tried that feels completely invisible. Like completely melts into your skin and acts as if it's not even there. It literally just like goes on and disappears. So I just went ahead and skipped right over bronzing and contouring because I didn't have any new products to test out for those steps. So we're gonna move straight on to blush. So Makeup Geek actually recently sent me some new blushes and also kind of like a reformulation of some of the shades that I already owned. At least I think they're a reformulation. I'm gonna test that out now because I already owned Spellbound and they sent it out again included with their new like shades that they came out with. So these are the ones that I have here, and I think for today I'm gonna test out this shade, which is Heart Throb. It's a really pretty like nude with a nice warm pink undertone. That noise though. My neighbors are really trying to mess up my video right now. Go ahead with your construction. So the formula is really nice. It just glides on super flawlessly. It's not super powdery. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks really nice on the skin. And the color is really pretty. It's like a nice warm nude type of pink. So now for highlighting, this is gonna be super shocking, but I actually haven't tested out the new shades in this new glow kit. This is the Sun Dip. They actually have 2 more glow kits that are coming out, but I haven't tried out the shades in this one yet. I know I love these glow kits, but apparently the new shades that came out, like the formula is creamier and it's just that much better than the original. So we're gonna test that out for today. These shades don't really tickle my pickle. Maybe that's why I haven't tried it out yet. This is too dark. This is really pretty, but I just don't think it would look good on my skin tone. And these are maybe a tad bit too light, but I'm like, you know what, forget it. Today we're gonna try it out. I do have a lighter foundation on today too anyways. So we're gonna try out this kind of golden light shade in the shade Summer. And I'm gonna use my Luxie fan brush. Just gonna get that on there. And let's see. Ooh, really pretty glow. Doesn't look intense though. Maybe I need to pick up more pigment here. Really pretty. It's kind of a nice medium between a super intense highlight and a more soft angelic highlight. It's kind of in between. So it's not extremely intense. It would be if you wet the brush, obviously. But it's not like extremely intense and it's not super natural looking. So next product we're testing out is a brow pencil. This one is by Makeup Forever. It's the Pro Sculpting Brow 3-in-1 Sculpting Brow Pencil. This is very similar to the Anastasia one where it has like this pointed kind of tip, which makes it super easy to outline. But let's see how the formula is. So I really like the formula, but I'm not finding it easy to use. Maybe because the slanted tip I find in this one is kind of a little thicker than the Anastasia one. Or maybe I'm just having an off brow day. I don't know, but I'm just finding like my brows are not looking good right now. Like I'm having like a user issues. It's not very user friendly, I find. Like it's kind of hard to navigate. But again, I mean, it could just be me having a bad brow day. Happens to the rest of us. So this time we actually have a eyeshadow primer to test out. Smashbox sent over their 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. I don't think this is like a new product for them. I just haven't tried it yet, but I think a lot of people actually really like this. Ooh, so it's a pretty thick consistency. Here's how it looks. Very thick, but it has like that silicone smooth feel, which I don't know how I feel about that. You guys know I more prefer like the concealing cream type of eyeshadow primers. I'm gonna pat it in because I always find that I get a nice finish when I pat my eyeshadow primers. So what I do like about this is it actually dries down, which is nice. A lot of like silicone eye primers I find stick with that, like it stays super silky, and I don't really like that for eyeshadow because I don't want my eyeshadow to like adhere to something necessarily, you know, because I don't want it to be like patchy. For eyeshadows today, I'm not, like I don't have a particular look in mind. Whenever I do these types of specific trying out products videos, it's mainly just about testing out formulas. So I really don't know what look I'm doing. We're just gonna slop a bunch of eyeshadows on and, you know, basically just test how the palettes are. So these are the new palettes that I have received in the mail, both by PR. Tarte actually sent over this really cool, cute quad. This is the Double Duty Beauty palette, and it's super like sultry looking. But I also got the new Urban Decay Moon Dust palette in, which, hello, like hi, so gorgeous. I did swatch these and they're pretty much like pressed glitters. Let me do a real close-up shot for you guys. So first we're gonna mainly work with this little quad here. I'm gonna take this first shade, Weekend, and I'm just gonna pop that straight into the crease. And I'm kind of going to be super messy with it. I'm probably just going to smooth it in and around. These shadows blend beautifully, of course. I mean, Tarte just never like disappoints, I feel like. So next shadow I really want to dabble into is this one right here called Dream Team. It's really pretty. Now typically I wouldn't, this is like a nice, from what I can tell, it has like a nice sheen. But I typically wouldn't dabble into a sheen shade with a fluffy brush and use it as a crease shade. But we're trying today. Let's test this out. I do wish that this palette came with like a nice transition shade. I feel like it just goes straight into the crease, so I might have to do some more work on the crease area. I'm actually just gonna mimic the same thing that I just did on the entire eyelid and do it on the bottom. Smoke it out. When in doubt, smoke it out. So I might have to leave the Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow palette for a different video just because I feel like none of these shades are really going to work with this Tarte palette that I used. So I will test it out in another video. So next I'm going to take this black and kind of just do a really nice smokiness going on right close to the lash line. I don't want it to be heavy looking. I want it to be very like blended out. Makeup Forever sent me their excessive lash mascara. I'm actually really excited to test it out because Kylie Jenner's makeup artist Harush said that she really liked it on her Snapchat. So okay, so one thing I'm noticing is it grabs like every single lash. Like it doesn't let any lash slip away. Even these little tiny inner corner lashes it grabs, which I really like that. So far I can tell it's making my lashes like giving it a nice wispy look. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. It gives it like a really pretty, like it almost looks like an Ardell demi wispy lash, like, you know, that super wispy look. We're gonna do a second coat because I always do at least 2 coats of mascara. The Balm actually sent out their new Pickup lip liners. So this one is in the shade Chemistry, I believe it's called, which caught my eye because it's a nice, like, I don't know, it's a nice red mauve type of tone. So creamy and so pigmented that I feel like it's gonna look good alone, like as a lipstick. So because it is so creamy, I am finding it a little hard to get like a nice you know, precise line. So I am, I think, gonna go ahead and grab some Kat Von D Lolita and go right over it. So that is it for my full face first impressions testing out new makeup. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look, but more importantly enjoyed seeing me test out some new goodies. I will link everything that I used down below if you guys are interested. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.